Hey guys, welcome to this video on Blazor. I'm Devkin Ravela. I work as a technical lead with a company called Jam Consulting here in Sydney, Australia. My primary skills include working on Blazor for the web development and Xamarin for mobile development. I've been a .NET developer for more than 15 years. Okay, let's talk about what is a Blazor. Let's have a quick introduction of it, and then we'll quick deep dive into the few of the things that you need to understand what exactly a Blazor and what it does. We'll discuss about the web framework and what is a single page application, how is it related to Blazor, and we'll discuss a bit about the server side and the client side. So putting all this together is a kind of is Blazor. So let's see what it is. Blazor is a new web framework that runs in any browser. Using Blazor framework, you can create a rich and modern single-page applications. It allows you to create both server-side and client-side applications. The server application code runs on the server and they communicates with the UI by Signaler. The client application runs in the browser on a mono via WebAssembly. For you to understand more about Blazor, let's dig a bit more into web framework. A web framework is a software tool that provides a way to build and run web applications. As a result, you don't need to write a code on your own and waste time looking for possible miscalculations or bugs. Front-end framework deal mostly with the external parts of the web applications. Briefly, it is what user sees when they open the app. The inside stuff is the work of the backend. So we have a server side and a client side. Server side frameworks, the rules and the architectures of these frameworks allow you to create a single pages, landing pages, or even different types of forms, and mostly it includes the business logic. And the client side, unlike the server side, it has nothing to do with the business logic. Their work takes place inside a browser. Thus, one can improve and implement new user interfaces. Numerous animated features can be created with front-end frameworks as well as the single-page applications. When you actually think about it, what exactly is a web framework? It has features that we need to understand what they are. It includes caching. It helps you to store different documents and avoid server-side overload. Scaffolding. It helps you to speed up the development cycle. Web templates. It is a set of different technologies and softwares implemented to construct and deploy web pages. Security. Framework itself is authentic and authorized. URL mapping. That helps you with indexing with the search engines. Applications. Supports most common web apps like blogs, forums, general purpose websites, or even content management systems and others. Let's see what is a single page application. A single page application is a web application or a website that interact with the user by dynamically rewriting the current web page with the new data from the web server. So instead of default method of web browser loading the entire new page, it gets the part of it or just rewrites the HTML on the page that you see and display it to the user instead of reloading the entire browser. So that's what the single page application is. Let's see what is a Blazor. Browser plus Razor is Blazor. Razor is one of the files that we use in .NET web development. So the browser plus we use Razors is called Blazor. It is a web framework that is used for building single page applications. It uses .NET Core framework that uses Mono WebAssembly runtime. Mono is an open source framework support sponsored by the Microsoft for implementation of the .NET frameworks. It allows you to rewrite that runs, sorry, it allows you to write code that runs on the cross-platform targeting Mac OS, Linux, iOS, Android, and Windows. It provides .NET Standard support and has to be compiled to WebAssembly. Mono runtimes compiled into WebAssembly, and using Mono intermediate language, it loads and executes .NET assemblies in the way that .NET works in the browser. It bootstraps JavaScript and downloads the DLLs into browser. Blazor is not the replacement to the JavaScript. It actually provides access to browser APIs, those required in their on their runtime. It actually works on side by side, but it's not the replacement of JavaScript. In short, our code gets compiled to .NET Standard DLLs, and those are downloaded by the browser, and Mono runtime compiled to the WebAssembly and loads it onto the browser. So that's a quick introduction about the Blazor. I hope you guys liked the video, and if you have any questions or anything, you can post it on the comments. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can, and stay tuned for more videos on Blazor. I'll try to introduce as much as I know about Blazor.